you know, everybody should have a Poppy. Now, when I see people walking along the streets and I see those old chaps and old ladies out there selling when people walk by, I want to just go up and give them a smack. These are the people that buy these Poppies, help the guys in the hospitals and things like that. I'll tell you about my grandfather, Paula Mountain. On my mother's side, naturally, I guess it would be, wouldn't it? In Vimy Ridge, the greatest battle Canadians ever fought, and when they get blown up, him and Mr. Anderson, I'll never forget my mother telling me when I was a kid, they got blown up, and they came down, and they were all caved in like that, and he had one arm loose, and then Mr. Anderson was over there, and my mother said that the rats came out, and they were chewing at the guys' faces around, and he could grab mud and keep them away all night. And for guys like that, and it finally killed him, crushed all his ribs, buy a Poppy.
Absolutely. For all vets, this is your week, and we'll be thinking of you for sure. Just a little thought on Rob Blake, gone 6 to 8 weeks for Larry Robinson, the LA Kings.
What happened, kids, and I'll tell you, we don't have it, but I'll tell you what happened. He went out to block a shot, and he turned sideways. Now, Rob knows more than that, knows better. I know better than that, and I've done it myself, because you give it that one. You got to go, if you're going to block a shot, go straight. Your shin pads take it. You've got padding in the front. As soon as you turn to the side, wacko. And that's exactly what happened. He turned sideways. Never turned sideways on a shot. Rob said, why did I do it? It's too bad. That guy gets more injuries. Norris Trophy, it's so sad.
Nobody's fitter, but he was off to a great start, holding a team together that lost their 2 goalies, etc. Wayne Gretzky's got 1 goal this NHL season.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Soon in Toronto tonight, but
Dave Semenko, where are you? Okay, Judd, run the little clip, and I'll show you why he's got 1 goal. No respect whatsoever. Little slew foot there for him, knocks him down. Jay McKee a little later hurt his leg there too, by the way. Sammy, because watch this. Wacko, run him again.
Valerie Zelapukin.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you said it. Gets it up again. Now watch this. McKee comes, Kingston boy, knocks him down again. I'm going to tell you something. There he is again. I'm going to tell you something. Ronnie DeLorme ran into him by accident. I'm not kidding, in Colorado. You know, they were looking the other way. The whole bench was after DeLorme for the rest of the night. And what I try to tell you time after time after time, we should have a guy with him like Semenko so they won't hit him. And I'm going to jump ahead for where we're going to talk about Tampa. This is a good time to get it in.
They didn't put Todd Harvey with him, by the way, though.
Yeah, Todd's not exactly a heavyweight, but he leads them in fights. He was the only guy doing the fighting. He's just a little guy. But anyhow, LaCaviere, number 1, doing great down there. Who does Jacques, Coach of the Year, have on the wings for him? Ciccone and McCarthy. 2 big guys, and it's worth your life to touch them. Jacques knows what's going on. That's sad when you see a great guy like that.
This to you, but we do have to address this as best you can. Jeff Kogel of the OHL's Windsor Spitfires suspended for life for the brawl with Owen Sound on October the 25th. What do you think of it?
Unacceptable. I'm sorry to say this is a lose-lose thing. If the coach loses on this, the kids, his parents, hockey, gives fighting a bad name. You cannot well, I'm not saying the guy sent him, he didn't send him for sure, but you cannot have kids sit on the bench and you have 2 or 3 shifts and something happens out there, and then you know when he's going out there, he's going to do it. You can't do it. And what he did was he jumped on. Now, if he had taken the tough guy and said, come on, we'll go at center ice, let's go. But he goes over and suckers a kid, a European kid at that, and then he chases another little kid, Menard, I think.
Chris
Menard. Poor little kid, and everybody calls him chicken. Are you kidding? I call him smart.
Right.
But anyhow, what I'm saying is, it's unacceptable. You can't do that. Branch was in a rock and a hard place like that. You can't have guys. I never in my life, even in Rochester, ever had guys sit on the bench like that. I had John Winsick got 28. Jonathan got 28. Terry O'Reilly led the team in penalties, and he also led it in points, too. You never have a tough guy sit on the bench like a mad dog and send him out. What?
I think life's too much, but we got to get this. What would you do?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Okay.
All right. Now, I've got a team in the same thing. I had a kid named Niddle. Last year he was here. He had 300 minutes in penalties. He was doing the same thing for us at the start. He said, wait a minute, kid. You want to get the National Hockey League, Rick talking, you got to play the game. You can't just go out and fight every shift. So what does he do? He gets a hat trick the next night. He's got 8 goals, and he's been picked a star each time. So what I'm saying is, you can't have a guy sitting on the bench. What would I do? This is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'll tell you right now. If Branch doesn't suspend him, he's in deep trouble.
Right.
25 games is good. I don't know. Life is tough. But what is he going to do? If he lets him back in and the kid does another number on him, on another kid, they could be sued big time for that. I don't know. 25 games is good. It's tough to see a young kid 18 years old for life.
I agree. He's hanging this kid, and he has to be a scapegoat a little bit, but find out if he's an instigator next year. Let him back next year. If he's instigator in a fight, then
if he ever leaves a bench again, he's gone. But it's tough to see an 18-year-old kid.
Because, Jeff, you know you did the wrong thing, but you did admit it, and you gave fighting a bad name. And if
that's it. That really hurts.
That's right. All right, the OHL will be a little better, at least for a season, in lieu of Kogel, because he went Kogeloo with Don Cherry on the Coach's Corner on Hockey Night in Canada.
Buy a Poppy.